was the greatest
entertainer of all times.
Yeah,
and that's how the
Michael
God
was
has
the greatest
to
angel of all times, and it was befitting that Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, be the greatest entertainers and the greatest and stuff for all times. You see what I'm saying? It goes that way. Like we say, these are forms of these are forms of Heru. So we're not saying that this is the only Heru aspect that we get, but this is a major form of the Heru aspect for the simple fact if you go in Budge's hieroglyphic dictionary, or even go in the Ewallis Budge's Gods of the Egyptians, you will see about maybe 75 different Horuses. Just like there's 22 Oshuns, 22 Urzulis. You see 108 names of Lakshmi. So these are formulas. These are avatars. And we got to look at things as ascension. We gotten into all this old conspiracy stuff and the fear stuff, and
right.
And the fear stuff. My point is, if they was gonna take Michael out, they would have taken him out in his heyday. You see what I'm saying? Not a person who's walking around with literally no nose.
Exactly, and the energy that he was, to release him from the body is folly on their part.
Exactly.
Why on earth would you release him to us?
That's right. Remember what
it behooves them to keep him walking around cutting his nose off.
That's right. That is
it behooves them to do that.
That's right. That is why I do know that whenever this gateway opens, and from the day that he collapsed, that doctor said he didn't see no sign of life. From the day he fell out, he got the hell on. You see what I'm saying? That's an ascension. That's an ascension.
And I'm just trying to figure out how come no event could happen with us, and we cannot exclude it from the white man. Simple as that. We still talking about the Illuminati.
Right.
They do all these things. We leave the earth based upon their permission.
Exactly. And it's interesting here how we're giving them too much power.
Exactly.
Well, a lot of people are saying he had the Beatles catalog and he was a sharp businessman, so they definitely didn't want him around.
But he got the Beatles catalog in 10 years ago. I mean, my goodness, he got it 20 years ago. It seemed to me they would have taken him out.
If it was that important.
Right. I mean, look, even the Beastie Boys lashed out against him in '97. The Beastie Boys wanted to use the Beatles song. Michael Jackson told them no. Then they coined the phrase "Wacko Jacko." That was invented by the Beastie Boys.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, the Beastie Boys is one that coined the phrase "Wacko Jacko" because they wanted to use the Beatles' music, and Michael Jackson told them no. You see what I'm saying? Told them no. And so as a result, they're the one that coined the phrase "Wacko Jacko." You see, my point here is that if it was going to be done with the Beatles, they would have done it before Michael Jackson sold half of the Beatles' rights to Sony. Remember now, the part that he owns now is not the complete one. He got rid of the complete one or something. He made some kind of deal with the complete one. Well, half of that, I think in the early 90s, in the early 2000s. My point here is they had over 20 years to take him out for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got people on YouTube now going through the Billie Jean video looking for conspiracies. Look at the name on the diner in the background. Yeah, they had this plan since Billie Jean.
Yeah, I mean, and it's going, my point here is there's too many coincidences with this Archangel Michael thing that's been going down. And I'm not trying to coin this stuff around my research when it was the person who that just made the transition in 2008 was the first one to come out with this man being, this clairvoyant C. Freeman L. with this man being the Archangel Michael. And different things like that. It's too many things that happened, and we were looking for major events. There are certain spiritual people that was looking for certain events to happen around the solstice. Right. Now, the day before he died, all the lineups with Pan and Dionysus and Bacchus and all of that type of stuff, which leads to, which also leads to the Peter Pan and various things that lined up on that day before he died. And anytime you have an alignment that happens at least within 3 days, you have the same energy. You see what I'm saying? So this is the type of information. You know, I mean, it's a spiritual greatness. You see, but you know, all this conspiracy, the Beatles things and all, and you know what I'm saying. And as a matter of fact, it come to find out that he was getting ready to give that back to the rest of it back to Paul McCartney. You see what I'm saying? You know, so
yeah, killing him. They still don't get the catalog.
And not only that, as many times as Michael Jackson laid up under some doctor's knife, they could have taken him out any time. This man made the damn operating room his second home. You see what I'm saying? It would have been nothing for them to take him out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying on that particular level.
As many pills as he was taking, they could have slipped him a Mickey a long time ago.
Right, exactly. And you know, they're trying to make all this. It was beautiful that he died in the company of his home, the rented her house, and the black doctor, or what have you, to this particular point. Now they're saying that they can't even charge this doctor for nothing because he hadn't done anything wrong. They already know it. You see what I'm saying? They already know it. You see. So, you know, it's just a great event. It is a great event in an alignment, and the key now here is this: the search is on for that soul. You see what I'm saying? And that's what this stuff is all about. Right. The empowerment of an empowerment of a whole sector based on that soul.
Right.
So a lot of people. Let me just ask you, Brother Panic. A lot of people are criticizing. Like I noticed, Sarnetta had his YouTube page up, and he had like a little tribute to Mike, and he was asking people questions, and a lot of people were criticizing people in the conscious community for paying homage to Mike, because they're saying Mike wasn't conscious, he didn't like being black, so why should we look up to him as this, as this Heru figure? When yeah, go ahead.
Well,
good enough. The Greek folklore belief that this is a Greek folklore. Michael's face can only be seen by the dead and those who are about to die. For this reason, the icons of Michael, Archangel Michael, in Greek folklore are shown without a face. So the dead is
the faceless one.
The faceless one. The dead is us. So out of his archetype, he was doing. If you look at this on the mundane physical level, it's a great tragedy. He went crazy. If you had $1 billion,
right.
What would go on? You can imagine. All of my yachts and all the Oceans, they had $1 billion. They be getting mermaid tails and wings sold on their goddamn back.
I told him that in the lecture in '97. He is you with $1 billion. He is your pathology. Let he among us who is not crazy cast the first damn stone. You see what I'm saying? Everybody down here, you got to be living in a planet like this. Everybody got to have a little neurotic idiosyncrasies or something. He just was able to execute his idiosyncrasy to the 25th power.
Based upon his finance.
Based upon his finance and stuff. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Plus, you got to look at this, too. And even Farrakhan said this. No man can take that much deification, which means the ego is a fragile thing in the first place. And for a man to become a living God on this planet, I'm surprised that he didn't do more crazy stuff.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like give himself some robot arms and some robot feet and shit like that. And stuff, you see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Going to locations in a jetpack.
And clearly we could see that mental illness, the mental illness that went on as he became bigger and bigger and bigger. You see what I'm saying? Bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right.
You see. And my point here is, hey, he was just able to take the black self-hatred to the next level.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, if on that particular thing, I mean, I will be honest with you. I've even thrown stones at Michael Jackson. It's fun. He became the poster boy for everybody to get a laugh off of, even in my lectures. You see what even in my lectures. But I started turning around with him doing this last trial. And I was doing this last trial and stuff like that. And when I knew that this man, he was